me to get it.
Yeah.
Cause I think they wouldn't have sent me from downtown to where they sent me if I hadn't had the education. You see,
Right.
maybe and maybe not, because they were really hard up for help at that hospital then. Cause there wasn't nothing out there but just a few veterans that were there all the time, where they'd been discharged from the army, you know, some time ago, and was working at that VA. Some of the hospital was VA, but it really was an army hospital.
Right.
And then we moved from there, you know. That was way out on York Road. And then they moved here in Cleveland, building another hospital here in Cleveland, Cleveland VA Hospital, 105th and 105th and, oh, well, you know, the Cleveland VA Hospital, now here in Cleveland. They finally left there and came, and I was glad. I used to have to allow myself two hours to get to work. I had to leave home in the morning, time enough to get a 6 o'clock bus from where I lived, and go downtown and get transferred to a streetcar. And go way out to York Road and transfer again to get a bus that took me directly to the hospital.
Right.
But you know, they finally moved over here, in Cleveland, built a new hospital.
Yeah.
Which was much better. I had about 10 more years before I retired.
Oh, okay.
And it was such a big difference. The only time I ever got a ticket for speeding, because I was used to leaving home, driving. It was dark when I left and dark when I got back.
Yeah.
And this morning, the first morning I was going to the new hospital. I'm going down, easing on down Kinsman.
Yeah.
Didn't see anything, and right down the road I saw a cop, and he had stopped. You know, they used to you have the thing on the back of a car.
Right.
You know, the bumpers.
Yeah.
And here this police was writing a ticket. You tell he was writing a ticket, and the car was in front of me. And all he did, he didn't look around at me. And he did this. I said, well, what's he doing?
Right.
And then I said, he's waving me to stop. He got out there and he got a ticket for speed. But I didn't realize it. See, the sun was shining on both sides of the street. Wasn't nobody on Kinsman hardly, because people had gone. I'm used to, by that time I'm at work.
Yeah.
I was way out on the west side. And I got one ticket for speeding. But I didn't realize I was speeding, but I was.
Right.
And he gave me a ticket. I got one ticket for speeding in my life, and one ticket for parking.
Oh, wow.
Other than that, I was smooth sailing. But I wasn't a fast driver. I really wasn't, but I think that then sun shining, beautiful morning, you know, and I'm cruising down, kid was going down there. And they stopped me. That's the only time the cop ever stopped me.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So that's about it, I think.
All right.
Hope it's worth the time.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Uh-huh.
Appreciate it. Thank you again.
But don't you forget to finish your education. Don't let nothing stop you.
Okay.
Because as long as you're healthy and you're young, and you go and finish school, get your degree. Because you always got that, even though my work was out of my degree when I went to college for and learn, get my education.
Yeah.
But I should still fall back on it if I wanted to.
Right.
You see. But that was the best thing that ever happened to me. Because I was a shy kid. And there's two things that helped me. One was college.
Mm-hmm.
And the other was the VA hospital. Because the Army guys there, they didn't allow you to be timid.
Right.
You coming at them with a needle. It's a funny thing about Army guys. They were more afraid of needles than other people. I think when you coming like, when you come in with that needle, they think about a gun, I guess. But they hated needles.
Right.
Oh boy, they hated them. And if you weren't good, I was pretty good at what not bragging either.
Yeah.
But I had one of the best stickers I have ever seen. Guy draw blood. His name was Johnny Puzio. And I was pretty good at it. Because I don't think if I hadn't been, I wouldn't have been there for as long as I was until I retired. That's the only place I ever worked. But it was the best thing that ever happened to me. It got me out of my shyness.
Yeah.
Because when you go in there, those guys had been through so much. You go in there with not smiling and all that, they tell you, what's wrong with you? Come in here, look like you've been fighting with your old man, huh? They talking, then you laugh and got so, they were glad to see me come. I was pretty good at what I did. And not bragging, just stating the fact.
Yeah.
I was surprised at myself. Because the first thing I thought, how in the world was I going to learn to stick a needle in somebody and draw blood? When, you know, even when you were little kids, when your mama used to have to give you shots. And I'm telling you, you don't know about that. But your mama had to hold you and hold your head and didn't let you see the needle. And you just screaming to the top of you. You hear little kids just screaming and you see that needle.
Yeah.
And I never thought I would be able to do that, but it was just like taking a drink of water.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So I had a good life. But I grew up in the country. It's a hard life, but it was a good one.
Yeah.
And I had a mama that was above suspicion. She saw to it that she worked hard and helped us to get most of us to come out pretty good too. All 10 of us. Most of us that left from down there came to Cleveland because my second oldest sister, she came here first. She got married, her husband, and his family was here. And I had 2 sisters and a brother in Chicago. And that was it. I had a pretty good life. Starting, we had a hard one, but I think it made us what we were.
Yeah.
We were, So that's it. I guess I've stopped my mouth. I didn't think I said, Lord, I said, I hope I would be able to help you really.
Oh yeah, you did.
Because I figured that I forget, and still it's a lot I didn't say. I'll think of some a lot, but that was the most important thing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Got everything we needed.